personal belief system rooted in intolerance and one that associates race with a person's ability to be good or bad has wreaked havoc throughout history and, sadly, continues to do so. Racism often manifests in a variety of ways based on a country's culture, religion, economy, or the history. Moreover, the word racism may be used in organizations and systems which deal with socio-economic situations, policies, and politics that include discriminatory practices, favoring the certain people over another group of people. The terms also apply to the reinforcement of racial discrepancies and disparities. The sad truth is that racism can be found in every corner of the globe. To assess the degree of racism in a nation, a detailed survey has to be done. The world had become more globalized and more racially divided by the end of the 19th century. In many nations, leadership considered various religious and languages as high and low races and segregated them in different ways. In many places, prejudice against the low-status races was widespread, since such groups were often subjected to exploitative labor practices. Even after the colonies were independent, their anger and hatred towards their colonizers and former exploiters did not dissipate, due to the attitudes of racial superiority that accompanied the colonial process. Embracing cultural variety can positively impact our lives in countless ways, be it socially, culturally, or economically. This may be as simple as being misinterpreted by some or feeling that you have no representation, or it can be as severe as facing outright racial hostility. When considering how to support those who belong to marginalized groups, you may imagine a large-scale, overly dramatic gesture like challenging someone who says offensive things about a particular ethnic group. If you're at ease and comfortable speaking out, then you may share a valuable idea or speak your mind. But a feeling of awkwardness and not knowing how to respond is very common in these situations. Cultures vary, yet every person has an ethnic heritage. We are frequently unaware of how pervasive it is. Nonetheless, it's easy to understand how having a strong ethnic background may result in a human rights problem, particularly if more dominant groups attempt to force their traditions minority that belong to certain ethnic, religious, or language groups, as well as those who identify with traditional cultures. We have the ability to stand up against prejudice and dismissive attitudes, and the choice to be part of the solution. Let's construct a place where we may practice our human rights, and where there is no racism or prejudice. Thank you for taking the time to watch. In order to show your support for this video, please click on the like button. To view future videos, click on the subscribe button, and if you have anything to say, please leave a comment.